Good evening, traders. Good evening, colleagues everywhere in the world. It's me, Njabulo. Njabulo, right? Thank you for taking your time to open my video and watch. And if you watched my previous videos, I really appreciate that. And if you found something that is worth of value, I think you are using it, and I hope you will apply it in your trading journey. And especially to those who subscribe, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate that. Not that I'm the best, but you show that you understand what I'm doing, and you like what I'm doing. So I really appreciate that. Please do share the links of the videos to other people, and there's a link that I'll leave below in the description that says Vega community. Please use that link to see some of the things that I do. That link will take you to one of the Telegram groups. All right. So yeah, I want to make a very short video here. I don't think I'll spend even an hour on it. This is all about V75, right? So V75 has been so good and somehow confusing recently, but if you stick to what you know, and then there won't be any problems, because we're often told in trading that stick to what you know, die with it. So if you want to do everything at once, you'll have a problem somehow. Okay. So now what I'll do here, I want to show you something that will happen for this week. This is a weekly chart. I can do everything and end here on weekly, but I'll be merciful enough to go down to H1 if possible, given my time. All right. So now, what do you have to do here first? Let me delete this because I was doing this some other time. What do you have to do here? You have to understand where are your break of market structures, right? So that's the basic information that we all must know, and by now I hope we all know that the break of market structures. So after the break of market structure, what do? Look for your order block, and then this is an order block here, right? This is your order block here. Please don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, and I will really appreciate that. So this is the the order block here, right? So now, since we have this order block here, so price tap once, and then we have these little wicks below this order block here. So what does it mean? It means now then we have this break here, this break of market structure here, right? It's important to have a look at it right here, right? And then after that, what do we have? We have now our order block here. This is our order block here. All right. This is our order block right here. And then we can take our breaker block. This is our breaker block right here, right? So what do? We remove this one. Then we'll be left with this breaker block here. Right. So we see a mitigation here, right? So what is this now? This is just inducement here. This swing low here, it is just inducement, right? And then all this happened on W1 time frame, right? Yeah, so don't worry about this. I'll put it straight soon. This here, I want to put this thing here straight here. I want to put this straight here. No, yeah, right. So now this is our breaker block here. All right. So this is the open. This is the close exactly here. exactly here. This is open, this is the close here. So to mark all these things that have been explained several times in most of the videos here on YouTube. It's either my channel or someone's channel. The difference between the order block and the breaker block. All right. So now this is the breaker block, and then we see the mitigation on it. And then prior to the mitigation of that breaker block, what do you see? We see a liquidity sweep here into a bearish direction, right? We see the liquidity sweep here into a bearish direction, right here, right here. So now, what do we have here? If things are like this, what do we have? After that, we have now we had this breaker block here. First, we had this breaker block here, which is already mitigated here. All right, and then after that, what do we have? We have our whole point of interest up here, right? We have our whole point of interest up here. Okay, that's where we have the current price action, right? And then before this, what do we notice? We notice another break of market structure here in a bearish direction, right? We have this break of market structure here in a bearish direction. Now we have this order block here, right? This is a bearish order block, and then this is a bearish breaker block here. All right, this whole candle here, it gave us a bearish breaker block. This whole candle here, this big candle here, it gave us a bearish breaker block. This is W1. Right, so now what do you do then if things are like this? You go to a lower time frame. What is your lower time frame? Now it's D1, right? We are now on D1. Okay, then on D1, what do we have here? On D1, we see a different structure, right? So you have to first mark the important zones on your lower time frames. Okay, you need to mark your important zones on lower time frames. So what do we see? We see this break of market structure. It's critical to understand and to observe such breaks. All right, it's either mitigated or unmitigated. You need to mark such things, especially when they're mitigated. So now you know that, all right, we have to take things from here. Okay, so what do we have here? This was our breaker block. As I said before, I'm not going to explain what's a breaker block, what's another block. This information is available everywhere. I spoke about this in one of my videos. Yeah, so now this is the first point of interest that we have to look for, that we had to look at, right? So this was and still important. So after that, what do we have? Then we have a break here, right? Then we have a break here. The reason why we have this bullish candle here is because we have a break here, right? So after that, this is for weekly time frame, that it will be visible on weekly time frame only, right? That big rectangle there. All right, cool. Now we have a break and then a mitigation here. Where exactly do we have that mitigation? We have this small break here before the break of the market structure. We have this small pullback here. All right, so a pullback, we will refer to a complete pullback when you see liquidity grab, right? So if you don't see liquidity grab, that is not a pullback. All right, so now where do you see the liquidity grab? We see the liquidity grab on this candle, on this bullish candle. So we'll put our rectangle here. This might not make sense now, but watch until you go to H1. you'll see how important this bullish candle is, right? So now this microstructure inside the microstructure. So this is a microstructure of the macrostructure, right? Let me repeat it. This is a microstructure inside the microstructure, and this is a microstructure of the macrostructure. Okay, cool. So now the current price action is at this candle here. But how is this important? Are we really gonna use this candle here? If we're using this candle, let me zoom in before I start to explain a lot of things, because I can see it. So I don't know if someone will be using a phone to see all these things. Now we have this candle here, which is our good order block here, right? And then this candle, before we confirm it to be an order block, we have to confirm if it broke structure. Of course, it broke structure here. It broke structure here. So this is a perfect order block here. This is a perfect bearish order block here, right? So now let's drag our rectangle to our right. Oops. Now we have price pushing above that bearish order block. What does it mean? Does it mean now that our markup was incorrect or what? No, it does not mean that. But what does it mean? You have to look again, far right. You have this break of market structure here. And then after this break of market structure, when you look at where the imbalance is at, you see that the imbalance started up here. This is the low, this is the high, rather. This is the high that pushed for this imbalance. So the very same high, what do we see? Why do we have this high here? Is it important? Of course it is important. And how is that important? Because it took out what? The previous high, yeah. All right. So this is a stop and break, right? This is not a complete break. This is a stop and break. So there are different kinds of break of market structures. So this is a stop and break here. So what do? We put this rectangle here. So since I said this is a stop and break, so that is the reason why we have this bearish order block here, right? So now you need to wait for your candle to be fully mitigated. And then in order for you to see that, what do? You keep on extending your rectangle until it is fully mitigated. All right, so now, how do you know if your order block is fully mitigated or not? You need to go to your lower time frame from here, right? So this is the one now. We had this mitigation here. From here, then price gave us this. Let me show you something. There's a PDF that covers this type of entries. It's very reasonable. 30 US dollars for my 4 PDFs. Or three PDFs. Very reasonable. So we have a low, and then we have a high. After that high, what do we see? We see a break here, and then after that break here, what do we see? And then we see this. Oops, okay, so sorry about that. After this break, what do we see? We see this breaker block here. We see this breaker block, which was mitigated up there. Down here, I mean, after this high price came to do what? To mitigate this breaker block. And then after that, it push up again, it gave us a new high, then it gave us a higher low, and then now it's giving us what? A higher high. All right, fine. Now, these kind of entries are important. If you spot this on higher time frames, and then on lower time frames, you don't have to do anything opposing this. I repeat again, if you spot this on high time frames, then on lower time frames, you don't have to do anything opposing this. You have to trade with the trend. All right. So you have to trade with the trend. So Recently, what do we see? We see another break of market structure right here. And then this bearish candle now is exactly at the tip of this. What? This is our breaker block here, right? So here also we had a break here. We had this break here, right? And then did price come to our breaker block? Of course it did. Where's that? This is our breaker block here. This here, this candle here is our breaker block. So now what do we expect now? Remember, I said this is a stop and break here. This is not a full break. This is a stop and break here. So you have to apply the entry the stop hand entry technique to take your trades here. All right. So now you do not use the same method of an order block when you want to take your entry in a breaker block on normal order block or a base order block and a stop hand. There are different type of entries there. In a breaker block, there's its own specific entry. In a normal order block, there's its own specific entry, and in a stop hand, which is completely different than all the other blocks, it also has its own entry, right? So now you have to apply the stop hand entry technique here. So if you are asking yourself what is a stop hand entry technique, you need to find another block in the stop hand and then take your entry from there. There I just gave you something I share in my mentorship. Find another block in the stop hand and then take your entry in that other block. All right, cool. We are now on D1 here. So now from here we use different time frames. Some people use H4, some people use H1, some people use M30, M15, M5. Some go as far as M1. So what I'll do now, I'll just go to H1, right? I'll go to H1 because I want to show you something here. Right, are we on H1? Of course. We are on H1. All right. So now, these markups were already there. I thought I deleted everything. Oh, okay, it's cool. And then this is for which time frame? On which time frame did you draw this? Or on weekly? All right, this should be for weekly only. Let me do this quickly. All right, cool. Now I hope this is for daily. Yeah, cool. Now this is for daily here. And then on daily, this is one big candle on daily. All right. So now we are on H1. This is one big candle on daily. If you remember very well what I did from here before the mitigation of this order block, I marked this. This is the breaker. This is the break of market structure before the mitigation of this order block here. This is the break before the mitigation of this order block down here. So it is very, very important to mark this, right? So now let's go to this break on H1, the bearish break now. This is the break now here before the mitigation of this. Let me show you what I'm talking about in case you are lost. In case someone is lost, let me have mercy. It's a Sunday. After it also, this is a good day to give. I'm giving this information. This is the break here. This is a bearish break here before the mitigation of this stop hand here. Right? I said stop hand, not order block. I'm not confused. This is a break before the mitigation of this stop hand. Right? So now also this is a continuous break. Right? This is a continuous break, and it is also what a micro break, a microstructure or internal structure. So this big trend line here, it is a continuous break before the mitigation of this order block here. All right. So now in this micro break or this internal high, I didn't show this. Did I show you this? I think I did. Okay, no, I did not. Now, this is the candle here that confirmed a pullback in this internal structure. Without this candle, I wouldn't say we have a pullback, right? So, as you can see, the very same candle became what? Became a breakup block. Hence, we see price tap into it and then it reversed. So, it is important to spot such candles. This is a candle that confirmed what? A pullback. Now let's go to H1 where we were. Okay. All right. All right. Cool. Now we are here. Now this is what I refer to as a stop hunt on D1. So now, if you're asking yourself, Njabulo, are you mad or what? How come so many structures you refer to it as a stop hunt? Well, let's quickly have a look at it. This is how it is on D1, but on H1, this is how it looks like. This is the whole candle. This is the whole stop hunt. Let me not use the word candle. This is the whole stop hunt on D1. Now, what do you do here on H1? Mark that break of market structure, right? So this is the break of market structure here. Okay, this the break of market structure here. So do we have an internal structure or microstructure? Of course, I can see one already, right? I can see one already. Now, where is that? This here, this candle here, this bullish candle here. So when you drag it to our right, what do you see? We see a mitigation on it. So now, what do? We expect a reversal from here. Now, this is H1, so you can start to take your entry from here. All right. So what do you see at the current price action exactly onto it? Right. I hope you saw what I did here. Just gave you something so powerful here. The first touch here was a confirmation now that price surely will reverse. Right. So in the PDF of the entries, so if you purchase that, unfortunately I cannot give that for free. If you use that PDF for those who have it, you'll understand now that why we have this entry here and why is it confirmed and what confirmed that entry here. Yeah, it is so good. It's giving some good entry vibes here. All right. So now this was the first touch. All right. So if you use the trend line, say first touch, then the second touch, price have to reverse. I don't know about that. But now, after this confirmed internal structure here, this is the first touch here, right? And then the second touch is here. But now the question now is, do we have a confirmation here for a sell entry again? Do we have a confirmation here for a sell entry? Well, let me give you something for free. Until V75 breaks down here, we do not have that sell confirmation. Until V75 breaks below here, we do not have that sell confirmation. All right, from H1, we do not have that sell confirmation. Now, another question is, should it break here? Where is the take profit? Should it break here? Where is the take profit? Well, this is H1. So the best way to trade this thing is zone to zone. So What do I mean by zone to zone? From the order block of a higher time frame to a higher block to the order block of the higher time frame. That is zone to zone. So where's that zone? Is down here. So a confirmation here, then this is the take profit down here. So this is for weekly. All right, this is a weekly setup then. Now, what if we don't have a break below this, but we have a break above this? Well, it's so simple. Let's go back to the original of that stop hand. I hope you get. I hope you get you getting something here. Yeah. Well, should we see V75 break above this? What are we gonna do then? We have to buy. Then if we buy here, where is the next take profit? Well, it's simple. Take profit one is up here. 41,366.07. That is take profit one. And then after that, what do we do? Remember, this is a stop hand on D1. And then you have to go to your far left, and now you need to refine this before this break here. You need to refine here and find the next unmitigated breaker block or order block here. Right. So by the look of things, where is that unmitigated order block or breaker block or point of interest? Now we have this. That's the open, and then this is the close here. 43.7, 110.46, and 441.801.92. Right. That is if we have a break above this. Now this take profit one, this is take profit two. Now that's all I wanted to show you guys. Okay, all right. That is for my that is for my mentorship there. That setup is what we're dealing with currently. So yeah, that's all I wanted to show you. I hope you'll have a productive week and gain these pips. And then my mentorship is open for everyone who wishes to join. No one is forced to. You have to join voluntarily. Please use the links below to talk to me direct and see that community that I'm talking about. Have a great week ahead and happy pips week. And yeah, we'll meet on the other side. Please share this video and press that like button, press that subscription button if you haven't, and comment if you found something worth of value. And someone once commented some trash, but yeah, guys, I'm not money. No one, I will not be loved by anyone. So such comments, I see them, and the good comments, I do see them, and I really appreciate your time. All right, so I'm out, guys. Yeah, we'll meet then when I do the next video, when I update you on what happened. My name is Njablo, right? And then yeah, no one else having access to this account. It's only me. We having access to it. And then if there's someone who speaks with a different accent, just know that exactly that is not me. So my links, the links in the description, they'll take you direct to me. So I prefer that if you want to join something, if you want to join the mentorship, just give me a call on that Telegram. Then if you don't hear this voice, then you must know that it's not me, because some people have been scammed under my name, and I feel sorry for them. That was not me. Then if you call me on Telegram, my number is accessible to be called on Telegram. And then if you don't hear this voice, then you must know that that is not me. All right. Have a good week ahead, guys. I'm out. Jablo right there. Sharp.